Mic check. Oh, still good working. Fantastic. Look at that. Everyone, let me see if I can swap between these two things. Press the swap button. I believe that's right. Oh, look at that. Show 57. Hello, everyone. For anyone who's now live, anyone who listens in the future time, this is the Betterment Broadcast, and I'm your host, Rap Raven. That's right. So let us go through our tradition, as what we normally do when we have our live show. Voila. So let's make sure, yep, time 10 o'clock. So we start pretty much on time. So it's going to start on time. So after much research, I've unfortunately concluded that currently Black people are collectively inadequate. That's right. Unfortunately, after much research and thorough looking and going over the world, it seems that the people who identify as Black seem to have some troubles when it comes to working collectively for a particular thing. I guess that's something we need to address. All right, so cool. So this show, what we tend to do is discuss certain things, and when we do, we send out a link, and we allow people to jump in to debate and give their opinions. When they do, I really hope that we can use the 4D values. Now, what I'm going to do is go over those. These are the 4D values. Let me just make sure I've sent this out. Okay, I think that works. I hope it's not private. Excellent. Those? It works. Well, hey, people say something. All right, what I was saying, sorry. Yeah, so the 4D values are discipline, dedication, discernment, and dignity. So if we can use these generally in your life, will be fantastic. This is a good thing to try to help yourself communicate with Black people. If we can do this, then this will be fantastic. Feel free to listen to this at a future time. Pause this screen and just read over what discipline, dedication, dignity, and discernment means. The context of how it works. It's very important. Please do that. This is very helpful. I can assure you, if you're trying to help Black people collectively, these 4 values are very, very important. Super important, very important, ultra important. Remember them. That will help you. Voila. Okay. So, can using descriptive language instead of derogatory language help Black people? Okay, cool. So, also when we speak, it's probably best if we don't use derogatory language. For a good idea, I would recommend, if possible. I know some of us be coached to get used to it. Definitely on this show, we definitely want to be using more descriptive language than derogatory language. Funny enough, I do a lot of community work and do a lot of stuff, and I've noticed that some people, use derogatory language around children. And I don't know how you feel about this, but this is something I'm going to have to big up all the family in the house at the moment. So I want to bring up generally, and all the organizations I'm in, I just want to definitely iron that out. I think we should maybe have a form of discipline where we don't use, foul language in front of children. I guess some people have done it so much that it becomes culturalized and they don't know they're doing it. All right, maybe they, it's nothing. But I think we kind of need to set a standard. So definitely don't be doing that for children. And definitely don't do that when we're trying to find solutions for Black people. Voila. All right, cool. There's some terms that people use. You can pause it in the future time to have a sneak peek, one of a peek at this, and see, which ones I would use instead of the actually more derogatory language. But let's see. All right, move on. So where are we today? Where's Black Betterment? Black Betterment is Black people helping Black people and Black issues for betterment. That's it. That's Black people helping Black people on Black issues for betterment. Now, one of the things, people might laugh at this. Unfortunately, as years go by, as I'm realizing, in certain parts of the world, certain parts of England, all over England, to be honest, and then in some parts of states, Canada, and all the rest of it. Some of the problem is many Black people feel very intimidated to help ourselves. You see, this is something I'm noticing. It's almost the heart stops when they even want to mention the concept of Black people helping Black people, Black issues. That is why it's necessary for us to have a lifestyle. Once again, let's check that word out. A lifestyle that is dedicated for Black people, working with Black people, Black issues. Because I do feel that some along the line, Black people have become very subservient to other people's needs and ignore the needs of the Black community, and we tend to place other people before our own, as well as sometimes we always include that stuff. This needs to diminish. Black people are collectively inadequate, unfortunately. And the only way we're going to become collectively adequate is by focusing on our own issues. Because I can assure you, I bet you £7,000 if we don't do it, no one will. Voila, cool. Bang. All right. So Black Betterment is a lifestyle. Good. Now let's read this long thing. Copyright disclaimer. Also, I have to read this because we will be playing some videos today, and these are definitely not my copyright. And I'm not trying to make money off them. We're trying to use this because it's quite an important topic. This topic affects Black people definitely, and apparently it affects a lot of Black women. And obviously, we always place Black women as priority. Very, very important to that in the community. So we definitely want to tackle this issue. So let me read this to let people know that I'm not stealing other people's content. No, sir. All right. So copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal tips, the balance in favor for use. And that's also been copy and pasted in the bio, so people don't think we're taking this stuff. All right. Now we're at this actual topic, which is a very important topic. I think there's certain topics that does hit us. I think the health of our women when they're giving birth is a topic we need to tackle. I'm not best trained for this, and we'll have to get a good team for that. But also something where that obviously cross paths with male and females is the health when it comes to the physical health and not mental health. That's something we have to cover as well. Very important. That's something we're probably all suffering from. But yeah, so today's topic is we start to look at the obesity phenomenon and try to unpack the cause and find solutions as a community. That's right. So I do a lot of work and I come across a lot of health practitioners. Whether it's dance and weights or training or sporting, as well as food preparation, people grow their own food, this kind of stuff. And what would be good is give me enough time to maybe collate a few of them, so we can. And if any are on the live, feel free to jump in when I throw a link out. But one thing that I'll do is probably try to get them all maybe on some kind of show to just to see if we can have a routine. So obviously the question is, are Black people do we have obesity problem? And I guess ending shocker, a bit of a spoiler there. Yes, I've been researching it, and obviously other people might have different data, but I'm finding out that in England, the UK, Black people might be the most unhealthiest. But pound for pound. Forgive the pun. It might be the unhealthiest. I'm so far it seems that way, and it looks like I was trying to find out on Canada to see how they did, but I know America's the same as well. And if you're from America, let us know. But I'm going to skip down. That's all fantastic information there. We're going to go past that. Oh, voila. What have I got? So I was looking at data, and it seems this is like 2015, 16, 17, 18. And I'm noticing that. So in the UK, they break people down by Black, Chinese, Asian, mixed. It's funny. So Asian is more so Bangladeshi, Pakistan, Indian in the UK, and Chinese they give them their own section. Good for them. And then you got mixed. That's quite a new thing, and they break down mixed because mixed can mean anything. But there is a section which is mixed with Black, Caribbean, mixed with African. We'll break that down. And yeah, so when I look at this, it seems to be the numbers are. This from the where are we? Black. Where is Black? Yeah, look, so it looks like Blacks are around about that 72.8%, and it looks like no one else seems to be around. This is from 2015, and obviously by 2019, greetings all. By 2019, we seem to be, if you can, Black family house, big up everyone. Voila. I don't know if you knew about all this kind of stuff, but yeah, so Black people seem to be a percentage of adults who are overweight or obese. So I think is it called BMI? I'm probably saying that wrong. But what I shall do is I shall play you what obese is, because obviously some people might not know. And there's a 1 minute, 2 minute thing here that will break it down. But this is the UK. I've got some of the stuff around the world and kids and that. But let's break down what obesity is. Voila, go! Rewind. Right.
Obesity is a medical condition in which excess body fat has accumulated to an extent that it may have a negative
robot voice there. They could have hired a person to do the narration, but they're cutting corners.
Effect on health. Obesity is defined as having a body mass index, or BMI, of 30 kilograms per meter square or more. The range 25 to 30 kilograms per meter square is defined as overweight. A body mass index is a measurement obtained by dividing a person's weight by the square of the person's height. Obesity is further evaluated in terms of fat distribution around the waist or waist circumference. Man, with a waist measurement of 94 centimeters or more and women with a waist measurement of 80 centimeters are more likely to develop obesity-related health problems. Obesity is a chronic medical condition that increases your risk of diseases and health problems such as cancers, cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, osteoarthritis, infertility, irregular periods, non-alcoholic fatty liver, and obstructive sleep apnea. Obesity can also affect your quality of life and leads to psychological problems such as depression, low self-esteem, shame, and social isolation. Obesity is more common in women than in men. In 2015, the estimates show that 600 million adults and 100 million children were obese in 195 countries. Obesity is caused by eating more calories than you burn through exercise and normal daily activities. As a result, your body stores these excess calories as fat. Common specific causes of obesity include inactivity, having a sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy eating such as eating foods high in calories, lack of sleep, genetics, pregnancy, and certain medications such as insulin and antidepressants may also cause obesity. Moreover, certain medical conditions such as Cushing syndrome and hypothyroidism can also cause obesity. Symptom of obesity is having a BMI of 30 or more. It can be categorized as BMI of 30 to 34.9 is obese class 1. BMI of 35 to 39.9 is class 2. And BMI of 40 and higher is class 3. If your BMI falls in the range of obesity, the doctor will review your family and health history, performs a general physical test. The general physical examination may include checking vital signs such as heart rate, blood pressure, and temperature. Blood test may be used to examine cholesterol and glucose levels, liver function tests, diabetes screen, thyroid test, and heart tests such as an electrocardiogram. Treatment involves some lifestyle modifications such as dietary changes and increased physical activity. NDSP. In addition, weight loss surgery and weight loss medications can be needed.
All right, cool. So those who didn't know what obesity was, that was a robotic breakdown of it. Yeah. So obviously, looking at this diagram, I have switched back. Voila. There you go. Yeah, it looks like black people in the UK seem to be worse hit with overweightness. And I think overweightness is not necessarily obese. It's when you, with the BMI, they're saying once you're in between 25 and 29.99, then this is viewed as overweight. And then obviously obese is when you're surpassing that. And then they have their kind of knockdown of pop, 1, 2, 3, all that kind of stuff. What is going on here? So the next one is also just monitoring kids. So it looks like within kids as well, I'm looking at this diagram. So they've got kids here this is obviously a few years back. Well, obviously 2 years, maybe 2 years, but it's being completely eradicated, but I doubt it. But let's break it. So they break it down to Black African and Black Caribbean. So it looks like in the Black African community, apparently, it's a bit more of an issue, especially in 4 to 5, apparently. And then in 10 to 11, it's there. Caribbean, not so much. Although generally, when we look in the mixed Black and African, it seems to be the same thing. So this connection to Black seems to be something of what is being defined as overweight, apparently. And obviously, the area of interest we have here is people's health. Everything else isn't really something we're going to focus on, but people's health. And then obviously, this is in the States. In the States in 2009, it seems that once again, the Black community, African Americans as they call them, seem to be the same. So, something we're talking about. Don't know if this impacts you at all, it's something you're aware of, or something that you feel that people might need to view to try to help. But it was something that came up with one of the things that, so we brought it up. Now I've got some videos. These obviously from America, whatever. We'll play just some of the contributing things of why it might be. This is from American standpoint, so hopefully this is not my video once again.
Rates of people.
So issue there she raised that sometimes, quite a lot of times, black women might be the only adult in the house, or the breadwinner at least. Oh, to be honest, she said the breadwinner, so that doesn't even necessarily mean the house, does it? Oh gosh, I'll unpack that. Okay, so the sister was saying that stress and racism, this kind of stuff, might play a issue in overeating and this kind of stuff. Don't know if you can relate. If it rings any bells, let us know. Definitely want to try to work that out. Now, obviously, there in America, there's something that's happening. There was, I think, a group of women. There's tons of people finding solutions for the challenge. But I'll play you one video of, I think it's CNN. I hope I can play CNN about being flagged. I'm hoping BS stands for bright something, bright stance. I don't know, but okay. There are many complex facts, including no self-control, and greed. Okay, well, something we can talk about. There are many complex factors, including, what's that? Obesogenic environments, emotional eating, stressful work environments, physical activity, and informed culture food choices. Very true. I hope if I was to send out the link, the sister seems to be well informed. I assume the sister can jump in and give her a perspective. What we're going to do, and also Mrs. or Mr. W. Reels seems to be no self-control and greed. Well, let's see. Let's carry on listening. Let's go to some of the solutions that some of the sisters are doing in the States. Go! Rewind.
Our feet hip distance apart. I want you to stretch up high.
This is how a grassroots movement to save black women gets started.
Get our arms moving, get a little sweat going.
With one simple commitment.
Let's go.
Walk 30 minutes. 5 days a week, every single week of the year.
So how do you feel right now?
Oh, I got my real glow on. I feel great. It's beautiful back there.
Yes, rejuvenated.
Vanessa Garrison and Morgan Dixon were career-minded go-getters, but they saw themselves sliding into a lifestyle with lots of stress and little exercise.
We were facing a crisis in our own families around obesity-related diseases that stem directly from inactivity.
And this was an SOS to my friend, where I said, I don't want this to happen. What are we going to do about it?
2 years ago, they started Girl Trek, and it's grown into a national movement, 18,000 strong.
Remember, only one rule, we leave no woman behind.
Using social media to organize events around the country.
Reaching 150,000 here on our Facebook page.
It's imperative to reach as many as possible. 4 out of 5 black women in the U.S. are overweight, and more than half of all black women are considered obese.
We are dying faster and at higher rates than women in every state from preventable diseases like diabetes, like some cancers. I mean, that is directly related to the way we care for our bodies.
Why do you think that is?
On the priority list of things in a black woman's life, unfortunately, health has fallen down the priority.
Sister says that health is not a priority in some sisters' life. Do you agree with this?
Come on, ladies, let's hustle it out. Do your personal best, your personal best.
All they ask of women is 1/2 hour.
How much were you exercising before Girl Trek?
Every blue moon.
Did you worry about what example that was setting?
Yes, that's why I forced her to come with me. Yeah. Okay.
Girl Trek wants to inspire more mothers and daughters to walk together.
It allows us to be closer.
She liked the bond.
This is my personal best, right here, this is it.
The founders of Girl Trek say the seed has been planted.
This walking revolution that is happening, and so there's no possibility that things aren't going to change.
Our hope is to, by 2018, galvanize 1 million women to walk with us, and that's big.
All right, ladies, let's head to the Victory Bridge.
All right, let's go.
Chris Lawrence, CNN.
All right, that was a news report there from CNN, not my video, someone else's. Cool. So this is some sisters, and these kind of things will have to be happen. People organize certain kind of stance movements. People meet up, culture, do some stuff. What we'll do as well is I'll play you a few minutes of a sister. I forgot her name because it isn't written in this doc and it's cut, so I can't see. But she's a famous sister who does food. So also the weight is one of the exercise and this kind of stuff is obviously one thing, but also changing how we eat could be very beneficial. As you saw in the obesity video, they talked about high calories. So there's some sisters now trying to, change the food habit, and let's see what she has to say. We'll listen to a minute or so of it, just so you can see the kind of stuff she's buying and all the explanations. Right.
Well as I've got this book here, as well as this book here. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. That was weird. If you are new, my name is Rachel Amma, and for this week's video,
Her name is Rachel Amma. If you didn't know, she said it. It was helpful when they do that.
doing a very highly requested video. You guys asked me to share some alkaline recipes, so that is what I'm going to do today. Now, if you are new to the kind of alkaline acid theories, in very, very simple terms, the body strives to kind of keep a pH balance between 7.3 and 7.5, and that's a blood pH and a urinary pH of around 7. And it's thought that at that pH level, your body should be functioning and moving properly. Now, with that in mind, it's also thought that a lot of diseases formed in the body is a result of your body being too acidic. So the dietary goal around that is to eat more alkaline forming foods than acid forming foods, and that should keep your body at a nice pH level. Now, the reasons for your body to be too acidic could be due to eating too many acidic forming foods. It could be stress, toxins, immune system reactions. There's so many different reasons, but the kind of general goal is to just eat more alkaline forming foods than acid forming foods. As you guys probably know, Dr. Sebi has done lots of work on this. He has his own list of electric foods which he recommends for optimum health. I will cross-reference the foods that he's mentioned with the foods that I'm going to share in this recipe of alkaline foods. I feel like I just spoke a lot. I hope that all made sense. So today I'm going to share with you a meal idea and a juice idea that are using alkaline foods. Please give this video a thumbs up if you're excited for this week's video, and don't forget to subscribe because I'm here every week with new videos to share with you guys. So let's get into these alkaline rich food ideas. So we've got some kale. We all know that.
You guys know about kale? Hopefully we'll bring some people who can talk about kale. Very, very good stuff for you, kale. Hopefully you'll be back.
Kale is very nutritious and delicious. As well as that, we've got some quinoa. Quinoa is a great grain to use. It's got all 9 essential amino acids. Lots of.
Are you guys using quinoa? You actually much a bit more expensive than rice, but it's still nice.
Fiber, lots of protein, very delicious. One of my favorite grains to use and one of my favorite sources of protein on a vegan diet. And we've got some apples, which are nice and alkaline, and they're gonna add a really nice sweet crunch to the meal that I'm gonna share with you guys. We've got some limes too to add some more flavor. I know normally when we look at limes and lemons and things like that, we are looking at acid, but when you digest them, they actually are alkaline forming in the body. So they are alkaline in this instance. We're gonna use some squash. Squash is amazing. It's got up to 50% of your recommended daily amount of vitamin C, plenty of vitamin A, very nutritious and delicious, and it's gonna add some great flavor too. We're also gonna use some parsley. Parsley is alkaline. It's not actually on Dr. Sebi's list of foods, so if you wanted to stick to that, you could swap it out with basil, but it's alkaline. I love parsley, so we're gonna be using parsley today. Avocados, because I mean, who doesn't love avocados, and they're alkaline and delicious, so we're gonna add some avocados too. So let's get into this amazing, delicious meal that I'm gonna share with you guys. So we're gonna start off with this huge butter.
All right, so Sister's gonna go on, and you definitely want to find her channel. And I'll recommend you follow as many health channels as possible. People who are training, preferably black, of course. People who are cooking healthy foods, preferably vegan, and this kind of stuff, if possible. And definitely just follow, click on the bell button, and try to literally you do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to where is it? Hold on, there we go. I'm going to send the link out there, and feel free to jump in whenever you like. This week's topic is we're discussing the obesity challenges in the Black community. Is something you want to talk about? Is it something you're affected by? Do you have any solutions? We're going to be trying to get people on a future date, so we have more of a bigger team discussing. It's quite an important topic, whatever, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it out there. But meanwhile, while I do that, I will play a game. And the game is with the guys here or the guys in the future. It's up to you, whatever, right? And the idea is there's 12 things apparently in the NHS of things you can do to help you lose weight. So if you want to wear, you ain't searching there, you might not be there. So I'm going to post this fantastic link to jump in. And as soon as anyone jumps in, we're going to stop the game, unfortunately. But what we'll do is we're going to tell you the 12 tips, and then what I want you guys to do, if you can be bothered at all, if you even near a phone or whatever, is just say how hard or easy it is. So 0 is hard when we click on blah blah blah. There it is. So 0 is very hard and 10 is very easy. All right. So 0 is hard and 10 is very easy. So the first thing that the people say in the NHS when it comes to potentially not, if you want to help lose weight, which is what we're talking about here, is to not skip breakfast. Skipping breakfast will not help you lose weight. Okay. You will miss out on essential nutrients, and you may end up snacking more throughout the day because you feel hungry. So what's saying here that do not skip breakfast. You might think it's helping you, but actually, according to this, it isn't. Some people have their own way of doing things, and maybe they have to skip breakfast. Some people fast and kind of stuff. But generally, this is what they're saying for the average day-to-day person who might find themselves obese. So you guys, what do you reckon? Is that 0 hard to do, not skip breakfast, or is that 10 easy? Now you can obviously have in between 1, 2, 3. If you look at the screen, you can see. Don't rush, don't hesitate, do what he's saying. What do you reckon? Is this something you people at home think you can be doing? Do you think you could actually always prepare breakfast every day? Some people wake up late or they've got things to do, they skip breakfast. Well, what they're saying here is let's do it. So think in your mind, I'm going to play. So I reckon myself, because I enjoy playing games. One big game. I'm going to put 10. So I reckon I can do that. Let me not lie. Let me put 8. We'll put 8. I reckon I can do that. So if I was intending to lose weight, which I probably might have to, I don't know, I have to do the weight height ratio, don't I? See what's going on there. But apparently number 1 is do not skip breakfast. I reckon I can do that. I'll give that 8 out of 10. I reckon I can do that. Next one. All right. Eat regular meals. So eating a regular meal, eating at regular times during the day helps burn calories at a faster rate. It also reduces the temptation to snack on foods high on fat and sugar. So I see a female of people snacking. It looks like somehow this snacking might be a problem. That's what I'm reading in between lines. Could be wrong, but it seems like the NHS seems to be saying this. So eating regular time. So I guess that means you set up a time. Is that breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Is that right? I might have a bit of problems doing that, unless I'm working out, as in working, at a company, not independently, externally. I might lose track of time. So I would say I can do that 7 out of 10. So I need to prove them. I can do that. Yeah, I reckon I can do that. All right. So for those who don't know the name of the game, we're trying to find out ways to lose weight. And I'm going to read out what the NHS recommend. And if you think it's easy, give me a 10. If you think it's hard, give me a 0. Or in between, like I'm doing. But feel free not to play, because I do enjoy playing one-player games. I really do. So not to worry. Also, I've posted the link in there if you wish to talk about obesity or how it affects you, by all means. Also, we can dedicate time for anything that was missed last week. Last week we had a very important topic of do Black women feel protected? And if any women didn't get a chance to speak then, by all means, you can jump on now, because sometimes there was quite a lot going on. A Black man who feels that maybe there was something they want to bring up, by all means, we can tackle it at the end if you wish to jump in, because this is a community show. I do like to hear my own voice. I do enjoy it very much. However, I will not be able to find solutions on my own. So definitely it'll be good to have a back and forth, but no rush, no good things there. We shall move on to tip number 3. Eat plenty of fruit and veg. I think most vegans and vegetarians will tell you this. We'll turn back to the earth, all that good stuff. So fruit and veg are low in calories, very nice, and fat, and high in fiber. 3 essential ingredients for successful weight loss. They also contain plenty of vitamins and minerals. So I reckon I'm going to put a 10 on that. I reckon I do that anyway, to be honest. But I reckon that's easy for me to do, is to go out and buy fruit and veg. More so than snacks, I'm getting that kind of thing. So if you think you can do that, some people do argue that they say that fruit and veggies are more expensive. I can assure you it's not. For example, I'm a vegetarian, and you might have originally made jerk chicken, from the Caribbean. I think I don't know, is it $2.99 for 3 chicken legs? I assume you want to make a jerk chicken, but you could use king oyster mushrooms. I think it's like what, £1? Or king oyster mushrooms would be expensive to us. So you might get 3 for same £2. But then you can get portobello mushrooms, you get £3-4. So why not? There you go. Oh, we've got big up Jamaat 27. This individual, don't know if it's a brother or sister. I don't think you have to say nowadays because the whole gender neutral stuff. But yep, 10. So it looks like J-Man 270 can buy fruit and veg. So it looks like at the moment we have a 2-player game going on. 2-player game to see if we can do this stuff to lose weight. That's right. All right, team stuff. All right, get more active. What does that even mean? Being active is the key to losing weight and keeping it off, as well as providing lots of health benefits. Exercise can help burn off excess calories. You cannot lose through diet alone. So what they're saying is, yes, you can diet, but they've recognized that actually you have to actually get out and do something. Sports, exercise, walking. We showed a video for those who just jumping in of some sisters trying to do some half an hour walk. I think it was a week. Okay. So one thing is, do you reckon in a week you can dedicate time to do half an hour worth of walking? Preferably more, I'm ashamed. But let's say yes. So you know what? It's funny. I'm going to say yes, but then sometimes I get projects and I'm just not doing it. So that's bad. So let me say 6, man. Let me be honest. This is a 6. I'm going to say 6. So this time I need to work with myself. I mean, if I was being honest, if I put 0 or whatever. So obviously get more active. Me personally, I think that there's a value in maybe setting up competition between your friends. With a lot of guys as well, a lot of men are motivated by competition, and sometimes you don't know you're training when you're trying to win, even though you lose all the time. So maybe set up badminton, volleyball, swimming, 100-meter dash, egg and spoon race, this kind of stuff, whatever, right? That might be quite helpful. All right. So we're number 4. We're going to do 12. Keep in mind, I've sent the link out there. So if anyone wants to jump in and have a conversation about obesity and how it might affect people, and unfortunately, Black people seem to be most hit with it. Is it connected to racism, connected to ignorance, connected to stress? Who knows? We have to find out. But by all means, jump in. But also, you can jump in if you wish to talk about some of last week's topics about do Black women feel protected, because that was, we didn't get to really cover fully on that. But cool. All right. Number 5. Drink plenty of water. This cannot be understated. People sometimes confuse thirst with hunger. You can end up consuming extra calories when a glass of water is really what you need. So what they're saying here is basically some people, where we go. J-Man has said, I'm at 8, my brother. So just so you know, in this competition, if I go back, brother J-Man, get more active when it comes to doing sports. He's currently beating me because he's got 8 and I got 6. So I'm second at the moment. So I've got a silver medal because no one else is jumping in. So J-Man is actually 8. Well done there, J-Man. So the next one is drink water. Now I'm going to put a 10 because I drink water. Let me know if you know any Black-owned water companies in the UK. I would definitely like to give them all my money. But some people obviously they boil them water. I definitely don't recommend drinking tap water. Definitely don't recommend that. But if you have tap water, some people have it filtered, and I mean I think outside London they've actually got some kind of systems that makes drinking water like lighter and easier to bear, all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I would know. I live inside London. But yeah, let me know about that. Do you out of 10, how easy is it for you guys to drink more water? Sometimes you're hungry and actually drinking water is what you need, but you end up getting food, and this might put on pounds. And the idea is how do you lose pounds? Because as you know, Black people are the most unhealthiest apparently in the UK and around the world in many aspects, which is not good. So we need Black Betterment to sort it out. So I'm going to put 10. I'm going to say when it comes to drinking water, I'm at 10. I drink water every day, so you're sure that you probably die, unless you're fasting, of course. And I try to drink the best water that I can afford. I am definitely looking for a Black-owned brand. That would be good. That'd be actually, we could promote that here. But yeah, let me know. I give that 10. So I reckon I could do that. I'm going to move on now to number 6. Number 6. Let's see number 6. Voila. Okay, eat high fiber foods. So what are high fiber foods? Well, foods containing lots of fiber can help you feeling full. This is true, which is perfect for losing weight. Okay, so feeling full is actually quite helpful. And fiber is only found on foods from plants, such as fruit, veg, oats, whole grain, bread. Some people question bread. Oh, whole grain bread. Sorry, let me read that properly. Whole grain bread. Brown rice. Definitely people say give up the white rice. I myself, when I do cook rice, it's either black, red, or brown. Pasta. I think it's spelt pasta. Spelt pasta is quite good, I think. And beans, peas, and lentils. So there we go. 7. You beat me on that one. Let me put it up. Room for improvement. All right. So J-Man is not actually drinking none of the water. So, J-Man, you need to try to drink more water. Preferably, I would say something, not from the tap, unless you're from that area that they have good tap water. I know there's some places in America where it's such quite dire, to be honest, which is never good. Yeah, and also if anyone knows any black owned water brands, that'd be fantastic. What would you call a black water brand? Gosh, that's something for you guys to think about. Maybe that's what we can start on here. So far, I've won that one. J-Man is still a gold medalist at the moment. Now we move on to eat high fibers. Do I eat high fibers? I would say yes. I would say that I generally do all the time. To be honest, being a vegetarian, I'm kind of forced to. But whole grain bread, brown rice. Yeah, let me give myself a 8. Let me give myself an 8. I don't want to be 8. I think I do that every day. So I'm going to say that. Keep in mind, guys, the game we're playing at the moment is, can you do what the NHS recommends to lose weight? Some people might struggle, hence why at the moment it said that black people are more struggling. Looks like J-Man, by the way, everyone is actually quite good at eating high fiber foods. Who knows? J-Man might be a bodybuilder. We don't know. This is how the internet works. But J-Man is still a gold medalist and is beating me. He's better than me. I wonder if J-Man has black rice. Not this competition. Has any quinoa. Not that I'm trying to get that gold medal, but I'm just wondering if you want to go there. Excellent. There you go. Cool. So next, number 7. We're halfway now, over halfway. Read food labels. Yes, right. Knowing how to read food labels can help you choose healthy options. Use the calorie information to work out how particular food fits into your daily calorie allowance of weight and loss plan. So basically, some people I notice when we go to the shop, they'll be taking packages and they'll be adding up, kind of like a mathematician, the calorie take. And I think some people would have a certain amount of calories they would want to consume a day. And if the thing they bought went past that, they won't be able to have it. And this kind of stuff. I'm going to say, am I going to say that's hard? I'm going to not lie and say I've never done that in my life, ever. I've only ever read it to see if it's got any things I can't eat in it, generally. So I'm going to have to give myself a 2 on that, man. It's not that it's hard. I just don't do it. But maybe I need to. I don't know. I haven't done the test to see if I'm obese or overweight yet. I should do it ASAP. That's just what I should be doing. I'll give myself a 2 on that one. It's not something I do. I don't know if you guys do it. Maybe some people have a history of doing that, reading and stuff. If you don't, and you feel that you might be ever so slightly overweight, might be an idea to count your calories. But I myself, I give myself a 2 on reading labels. I do not do that. That is what I do not do. Yeah. Okie dokie. So this show will probably end at around about 11. But if you want to jump in and have what I'll probably do is I'll probably go to 11. I'll play some of the sister's video because she's cooking the stuff. That's just so you can have, and don't forget the support or whatever. And then if you wish to jump in to have a talk, you can. I'm trying to get people together. I've got some food specialists and train specialists to jump in. It's not it's not the most exciting. Let me not say that. It's an exciting topic, whatever. But I know some people might not be best pleased with the whole weight stuff. But it's very important. There's certain things that really affect the black community, and we can't skip any of them, especially ones that might be contributing to our unhealthy eating or life and stuff. So we have to definitely tackle it. Am I getting messages? I am. Go there. Cool. All right. So this is a good one. Use a smaller plate. I don't know if you've ever gone to a here we go. I don't know if you've ever gone to those what do they even call it? They all you can eat buffets. If you've ever been there. And the first thing they do is they give you a small plate, and then they even penalize you if you don't finish your plate, which is interesting. But they give you a small plate because they know that the smaller the plate, less food you can put on there. And the assumption is you might like to eat it. Well, let's see what it says. Using smaller plates can help you eat smaller portions. There you go. The all-you-can-eat buffet people know this very well. They know how to save their money. By using smaller plates and bowls, you may be able to gradually get used to eating smaller portions without going hungry. I guess it sounds like more of a psychological thing there. You train your mind to eat less because the plate's done. It takes about 20 minutes for the stomach to tell your brain it's full. So eat slowly and stop eating before you feel full. I could do that. I'm gonna. My plates are relatively big, to be honest. But I could do that. Then I will though. But I'm gonna give that 5. I can do that, but I probably won't. Shame on me. But I bring my own bowl to it, or you can eat buffet as well. It's not written you can't do that. Fantastic. There you go. We'd like to see more African all-you-can-eat places, to be honest. Oh, no, there is one. I've been to a few Ugandan. Very nice. Very good. All right. I'll definitely have plantain. Big fan. Right. Okay. Do not ban food. So what's that mean? What does that even mean? Let's just think. Let's see what they're saying. Do not ban any foods from your weight loss plan, especially the ones you like. Banning foods will only make you crave them more. There's no one reason you cannot enjoy an occasional treat as long as you stay within your daily calorie allowance. So I get what that's saying there is if you have an allowance that people are around there, and you're counting your calorie. Even if it's something that's generally not good for you, as long as you count up, you can have it. But ban it will make you crave more. I'm slightly different because of my Kanakani. I've banned things for eternity. So there's certain things I probably will never eat ever again. So I'm a bit different on that one. But can I? So I reckon I can definitely not ban foods. But even though I am an expert, a supreme expert at banning foods, because I've done it all my life, and I've never turned back once. I don't tend to miss things like that for some reason. Yeah, maybe I should give a tip on how I do that, how I can actually just change overnight and not have any regrets. That might be beneficial. Maybe one day I'll show people how to do that. All right, cool. Do not stock junk food. Very good one there. Avoid temptation. Do not stock junk food such as chocolate, biscuits, crisp, and sweet fizzy drinks at home. Instead, opt for healthier snacks such as fruit. We talked about them. Unsalted rice cakes. Never had those. Are they the crispy ones? Okay, maybe. Oat cakes, unsalted or unsweetened popcorn. Interesting. And fruit juice, which I have many of. Can I do that? To be honest with you, there we go. Big up the family. I think I can do that. I think I can actually go through and not stock junk. I think I did. I did for a couple of years, to be honest. So I'm going to put a straight 10 on that one. I think I don't have to, although I probably want to, if I'll be honest. But I think I can. So there you go. So yeah. So we've got two more left. Just for those who are jumping in now. We're basically having a game of how best to lose weight according to the NHS. We're talking about Black people being, unfortunately, in England and America, and I'm trying to see Canada as well, just to find out, we might be viewed as the most unhealthiest, or it's the data showing. So if that's the case, from a Black Betterment standpoint, we need to have solutions. Never good to be overweight. Remember, we're talking about this from a health issue. They say that one of the challenges with being obese is self-esteem, this kind of stuff. This ain't really something we're going to focus on, although it's something we have to address. It's more so from the health issue. A person can look and be great no matter what size they are, but health is a completely different matter altogether. Cool. So where are we? Second from last, cut down on alcohol. Some people don't take it at all. A standard glass of wine can contain as many calories as a piece of chocolate. Over time, drinking too much can easily contribute to weight gain. There you go. So if you're a drinker and think about maybe stopping that. There's some people, their lifestyle already stops them around alcohol. But apparently, wine, if can actually be the same as a chocolate. So can I start? I'm going to put a straight 10 on that. I'm not really a drinker at all, to be fair. But funerals, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Right. Last and least, plan your meals. Try to plan your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for the week, making sure you stick to your calorie allowance. You may find helpful to make weekly shopping lists. So plan your meals. That's something I don't do. I literally just freestyle whatever is in the fridge, a freezer. I sometimes get cravings of, this will be good. So I'm going to give myself 3. I'm a fan of that one. Why not? Now, what we're going to do, family, how long have we got? What we're going to do is I'll post link one more time. Feel free, if anyone wishes to jump in to talk about health and obesity, you're more than welcome. This is your time. Once again, we don't have any experts on this week, so you might be that expert. Feel free to jump on. What's going on there? Talk about anything to do with obesity, you're more than welcome. But also, if you wish to talk about any kind of topics, we do offer time after the few talk, and you can jump to talk about that. And there were some questions posted last week, and I've had time to read answers because there was I think people were talking about divestment, as well as do Black women feel protected. 2 things that we will be covering, not this week, but we can this week if the obesity thing is clear. Some people might not necessarily want to talk about obesity. Some people might feel it's not something they specialize in, or they'd rather not. But either way, I'm still posting the link to jump in. Now, while the link is there, we're going to play the fantastic lady who's having all those alkaline fruits, and we're going to let this play for 8 minutes or 7 minutes. If you wish to jump in, but if not, she will be the final word, and you can say that when you logged into Black Betterment Broadcast this week, it was all about health, and they gave you some videos that you can actually go and research, And we are actually trying to collate people of a certain skill set to come in on a future time, not necessarily next week, but on a future time to actually cover this issue because it is a very important issue. So back to the lady, I believe she last time we left her, she was cutting, what do we call it? Is it a not a pumpkin? I want a beet, not a beetroot. It's what is it? It's a pumpkin. It's orange squash. Is it squash? Butternut squash. There you go. Come on. I should know that. I eat that. Voila.
And I wanted to use a huge one because when you roast these really do shrink in size.
There
so
you go.
This beautiful one here. I'm just going to cut the butternut
Very
squash
sharp
in half.
knife.
This can be quite difficult, so you want to use a really good knife for this.
Very
and
good
I'm going to cut it in half again, pop it open, and then we've got the seeds. As I've mentioned before, you can keep the seeds, you can reuse them, you can add them to salads and things like that to reduce your food waste. Then I'm going to slice it up. And you just want to cut them into small pieces and you want to keep the sizes very similar just in order for them to cook at the same time. But they don't need to be perfect by any means. And then we've got all this gorgeous, delicious looking butternut squash. I just love the color of butternut squash. So we're going to add it to a roasting tray and you want to add these in a single layer. So if you need to use 2 roasting tins, that's completely fine. And we're not going to cook them in oil. We're just going to cook them as they are. Pop them in the oven to a preheated oven and they're going to roast for about 45 minutes just until they're nice and soft and ready to eat. Meanwhile, we're going to prepare our quinoa. So I'm going to use 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. And you just really want to make sure you give your quinoa.
That's very similar to rice, that is. Some people do the rice water ratio.
A really good rinse before you cook it, which also makes it a lot easier on digestion. And as you can see from the first wash with the color of the water, why it is important to wash the quinoa. So we're just going to drain that and rinse it again and wash it in some water to just get the water running a little bit more clear. Once you've done that, we're just going to pop that straight to the pan. And like I said before, just double the amount of water to the ratio of quinoa.
Once again, this is not my footage. We're using footage of this famous lady, semi-famous. Hopefully you can go follow her page and make her even more famous.
Bring it to a boil, and once it started to heat up, pop a lid on top, reduce the heat, and just let that cook. And that takes about 10 minutes, and you'll get perfect fluffy quinoa every time. And also season with a little bit of salt. Meanwhile, we're going to prepare our kale, and we're also going to give our kale a really good wash and rinse. And then we're going to make a little dressing that's going to go with it. So I'm just going to grate some garlic. Garlic is also alkaline, so that's great too. Adding some extra virgin olive oil, a high quality extra virgin olive oil. And we're also going to use some of our lime. So we're just going to roll it, squeeze it, get it flowing, and then slice it in half and squeeze in a nice good amount of lime juice. And also, I lost the clip, I also added a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is alkalizing to the body too. And you just want to season it to your taste preferences. Now that the quinoa is cooked, it is nice and fluffy and perfect.
Quinoa will cost you like $2.99 for a bag, something like that. Obviously, some people probably get discount in different places, but that's how it is. It's generally more expensive than rice.
We're just going to set that aside and let that cool completely before we add it to the kale. So now we're just going to massage the dressing and the kale all together, and this will help the kale just wilt by itself naturally, which is easy.
You can get kale from either Tesco's or some of your local black shops.
Easier on digestion, and it will really help bring out some good nutrients. Then I'm just going to get some parsley. We're going to finely slice this. And we're going to mix in the parsley with our roasted butternut squash. So we're just going to put all the squash into a bowl, and now we're going to season it with some extra virgin olive oil. So we are using oil, but this way we are keeping the nutrients of the oil, because we all know when we cook the oil, we lose a lot of the benefits of actually having olive oil. So we're going to add it here as well as the parsley, add some salt if you're using salt, and mix it all together. And then you get this.
So everything says quinoa and brown rice is better to me. Yet some people do mix. They mix sometimes. I think, is it bulgur wheat? Am I saying that right? Sometimes quinoa and bulgur wheat. Sometimes people do the quinoa and bulgur wheat combination because it's cheaper. You can actually buy quinoa bulgur wheat combinations because it's much more cheaper. Especially if you've got big families, you have to remember spending as well. Bulgur wheat is also as good for you. Maybe not as good as quinoa, but times are hard. You want to save money. There is a mixture kind of stuff, but some people obviously mix with brown rice. Definitely want to eradicate anything white. Generally is bad. They say that anything that is white will probably try to kill you. So something that we always remember here at the Betterment Broadcast. Please remember that.
Really delicious, simple roasted butternut squash, which is so tasty. Now that the quinoa has cooled, we're just going to mix together the kale with the quinoa, and it's going to get the dressing that we used infused with the quinoa as well. And at this point, you can always add a little bit more dressing, always kind of cook to your taste preferences. So whatever tastes good for y'all. Then we're
not too sure if you've ever made a meal like this before, but if you haven't, you challenge yourself for you and your kids. Try to actually make something that has been deemed as healthy. You might get used to it. You know what I mean? Who knows? What I've noticed, what I do is I've changed the way I've ate over the years. And at first it seems very alien, but before you know it, you can't turn back.
going to add some apples. Apples are alkaline and they're going to add a really nice sweet crunch to the quinoa salad. So we're going to slice these up into little pieces. We're going to keep the skins on. These are organic. And when it comes to alkaline rich foods, always try and get organic. Non-GMO organic food is always the most nutrient rich food. So that's what you want to opt for when you are shopping. I'm just going to chop.
So no, they say non-organic, right?
Chop up the parsley.
I'm actually not,
nutrient rich foods on. These are organic. And when it comes to alkaline rich foods, always try and get organic.
Sorry, yeah, not organic. Yeah, organic. Might be slightly more expensive, but organic, if you can find it, definitely is more expensive. But apparently it's more tasty. So
non-GMO organic food is always the most.
Also, non-GMO. If good luck finding that.
Nutrient-rich food. So that's what you want to opt for when you are shopping. I'm just going to chop up the parsley. I'm going to add some parsley straight to the quinoa as well. And again, if you're sticking to Dr. Sebi's specific ingredients, then swap that out for basil. I'm going to squeeze on top with a bit more lime, just to add a little bit more flavor. And I do love lime, so, and then season with salt and pepper to your preference. And finally, I've got an avocado. Moment of truth. Is it going to be a good one? Yes, it is. Look at that.
Very expensive avocados. Sometimes you might get from a local guy, and it might be cheaper because generally you might in England you might get for £1 for one, £2 for two. Maybe even £2 for one, to be honest, the bigger ones. But you might get like £1 for a bowl, and then you take it home and it's all brown and squished, and it's the best one. So generally avocado is quite expensive, but it's very nice.
Amazing looking avocado. I'm going to slice that up and we're going to add the avocado straight to the salad, and you get this really epic, delicious.
Now, family, we are watching this social network vegan health cook. Just give the family some health and tips, because as we know, Black people are struggling with health apparently. And at the end of it, we're going to end the show. I've put the link in the forum if you wish to jump in and talk about anything you can, but if not, this lady will be the last. So she's got maybe like 3 more minutes.
Apple, avocado, salad, and I also,
hopefully you're taking notes.
Forgot to mention I added some hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are alkaline and they're full of protein and lots of fun nutrients. So it's a nice little addition. And then you get this finished meal with everything together. You've got the kale, apple, quinoa salad, some avocados, and some roasted butternut squash for a really simple, delicious, whole food meal. So another way to get in some alkaline forming foods into your diet is doing juices. So now I'm going to share with you a juice using lots of delicious vegetables that are alkaline to make a really simple green juice. So let's get into it. So to start off with, we got some apples, and I'm just going to cut them up so they actually fit in the juicer.
Sisters now, I believe she's going to make a juicer. Something I don't really do too much, but let's see what she does.
We've got parsley, kale, celery, ginger, and apple.
My Nutri-Grain it blew up.
And some fresh lime, and that is the juice that we're going to.
Don't know if you know any Black-owned what do you call them? Grill? What do you call them when you crush they're not called. What are they called? What are they called when you the Nutri-Grain? I call it Nutri-Grain, but it's actually got if you don't buy the Nutri-Grain brand, what is it called? It's the blender. There you go. You know, any Black-owned blender companies, let me know. We'll definitely promote that.
I'm going to be making today. So I'm going to start off with my ginger, get that straight in the juicer, get that pressing. And we're going to add in our parsley, kale, the apples, squeezing it all in to make a really nice green juice.
I don't think I've ever juiced kale before. Interesting.
So I'm going to pour this into a jug. All this deliciousness. And I'm just going to squeeze to my taste preference with some fresh lime juice. A really simple alkaline juice. So there we have it, our alkaline friendly meal idea as well as our alkaline friendly juice. Two very, very simple, delicious, healthy recipes. The power in cooking with whole plant-based foods. You've got the really delicious quinoa, which is infused with the lime, a bit of salt, a bit of apple cider vinegar, the kale, it's got some garlic in there, and the apples give a nice sweet crunch to it. Really delicious avocado, and then the butternut squash with all the parsley on top and a bit of olive oil, and a high quality olive oil so you actually taste the olives and get the nutrient benefit as well. Simple, plant-based meal using alkaline rich foods. Very nutritious, very delicious. Try out this recipe, especially if you're looking for more alkaline meals. I recommend this, not to mention our delicious green juice. Let's give it a little mix.
All right,
Green juice
there
is
you go.
amazing to me. I love.
We have 2 minutes left on the show. I've posted a link. If you wish to jump into anything, you're more than welcome. This is a community show. We shall skip back. Thank you of the sister's name. She mentioned it, but my memory isn't as good as it once was. So yeah, I think that's a quick thing for those who want to do more exercise. Remember, if you want to do more vigorous activities, you could be doing running, swimming. To be real, the body regulates its own balance and its own alkaline stuff. Is okay. We have some opinions about alkaline balance, but there you go. One day you can jump. We will be getting experts come and talk about the alkaline balance, hopefully in a few weeks' time, and hopefully we can have a nice debate, constructive debate about all that good stuff. But generally, I think that regardless of what philosophies people come with when it comes to health, yeah, many people come from certain camps, certain ideas. Generally, no matter what they're kicking to us, it will be probably better than the average person is doing. I think we now are aware that black people seem to be very unhealthy in many parts, and most of the, if not all of these health people who recommend stuff are healthy. So it's always good to you wouldn't ask a homeless man where to buy a mansion, that kind of stuff, right? Excellent. So what I was saying, you want to do vigorous activities, you want running, swimming, riding the bike, fast through hills, okay. Walking up the stairs, sports like football, rugby, netball, hockey, very tough sports, be careful. Skipping, aerobics, gymnastics, and obviously martial arts, maybe capoeira. Capoeira might be a good one. Dancing and fighting at the same time. Voila. And obviously, if you want to not take it as intense, like the ladies were doing, brisk walking, water aerobics, that sounds a bit hard, that one. Riding a bike, dancing, good idea. Doubles tennis, I guess that eases the stress because there's two of you. Pushing a lawnmower, and making work exercise is always good. Hiking, don't know where you're going to do that. Obviously, rollerblading, voila. So these are some things. So family, this is 1 hour, as I promise you I always do. If we don't have any community angles, if we want to talk about, I shall end the show. I do have some work to do, to be honest, with some of the science and all that kind of stuff. So I will jump on that. But if you guys want to jump in, you have literally, let me count down 10 seconds. If not, we're going to go off the line. Eat balanced diet and exercise and get sleep. Thank you, brother. Let's just put that on there. Good idea. Obviously, we've brushed through this topic, and it's a very deep topic because regardless of what, they are saying that we have, a community of health issues. And it's easy, when you're going through stress, you have work, you have kids and this kind of stuff, that these things can happen. And we want to provide support for the family who go through this kind of stuff. We will be covering it in better detail in future times. It's just, we threw it in here to get it early. If there's any other issues you wish for the Betterment Broadcast to cover, let us know. We will cover it. We will give you data as best we can, and hopefully try to get the most relevant people from the community to jump in, tackling those issues. We are, it's the Black Health Campaign, the Black Love Campaign, and obviously, we want to look out for the Black women to make sure Black women feel protected, that kind of stuff. So these are the things we're going to be doing. And hopefully we can influence other people who are more trendy than people such as myself, who can make certain dedicated channels that it's only about constructive black stuff isn't as fun. It's more fun to do destructive things. It's more entertaining, as you know. But we need to have a culture of accountability, and we need to train people to do constructive stuff. You know, if you want to listen to our music in certain spaces, you might be like 90% of very destructive stuff, and that plays on your mind. And then, you know, the things we eat might be 90% of unhealthy stuff that plays in your body. And, you know, there's so much things going on. Where to begin? But there is a small group of black people who want to help black people, known as the Black Bearers, and hopefully we can influence other people to stay dedicated to helping black people. But that's necessary, and hopefully I can give you the confidence and wherewithal to go out in the world and not feel intimidated to try to dedicate a time to help black people, because many people find it very hard to do so because they've been trained not to. All right, so as for this week, we've at the end of it. I'd like to thank all the people who've been in live in the comments and for the fan stuff. Check us next week, Friday at 10. And yeah, Black Betterment, have a good one. And we're going to end the broadcast. Have a good one, guys. 1 hour. Nice and short and sweet. 1 hour.